Hello and welcome everybody. This is Amanda Rose, your Director of Media from Archer Travel Service, and today we are so excited to welcome Andrea from TTC Tour Brands. How are you doing today?
Yeah, really good. Is that me?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
you.
really good. Really cool. Thank you. I'm so excited to be able to share a little bit of TTC with all of you today.
Yay, we're glad to have you. And just before you get started, if you guys have any questions, please put those in chat. We'll have Q&A at the end. And if you want to rewatch this recording, you can find it right here in the videos tab of this page. Without further ado, I'll go ahead and let you get started. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. And thank you, everybody, for joining me this morning. My name is Andrea, and I look after, if you can see my slide, it's not moving. We go. I look after TTC for about 7 years. I started first with Trafalgar and CostSaver, and then when COVID happens, we merged with Inside Vacations, Luxury Gold, and Contiki. But I have been with TTC for about 7 years. My area covers Sydney, Northern Beaches, all the way up to Byron Bay. So it's quite a nice area right in the coast, very lucky. We are currently in the process of hiring somebody that will look after Asia Travel itself, which is the city and Canberra, so that area. Once we have somebody assigned for that area, we'll contact Amanda so that you have everybody's contact details. In the meantime, you can definitely contact me if you need any help. Although I did say that I look after those 5 brands, TTC is formed from 42 brands. So it's 42 brands that fall under the umbrella of TTC. It was founded in 1920, so we have a wild range of experience when it comes to tours. And the brands that you can currently see in the screen are the ones that are most popular out of the Australian market. So I didn't put the 42 brands. I think that would be a bit too much. It wouldn't fit in my screen, but these are definitely the most popular out of this market. So I mentioned that I look after 5 brands, and I know that in the past, Brooke, my colleague, used to run a couple of trainings with you, and she might have run over Inside Vacations, Luxury Gold, and Contiki. So today we are going to talk about Trafalgar and CostSaver. There is a little bit of content to go through, so bear with me. I hope I can make it as entertaining and engaging as possible. As Amanda mentioned, if you do have any questions about any of the brands, but specifically Trafalgar or CostSaver, please do put them in the chat so we can address them after. So let's start with Trafalgar. We design our tours so your clients can experience the world differently. Yes, we get a personal service, attention to detail, and ease that they're really looking for in a holiday when they travel with Trafalgar. From our wonderful Be My Guest experience to our stay with his stories, and then some of our fantastic Make Travel Matter experiences, our connection in every destination is what makes the holidays such a memorable experience and really allows people to travel and tour different. Let me share with you a video that will really inspire you on our Trafalgar trip.
In 75 years, you learn that travel is more than just visiting places, and that people don't travel for more of the same. They travel for new, for exciting, for different. So here's to the next 75 years of touring the world differently. Trafalgar, tour differently.
Perfect. So if you're wondering where Trafalgar goes, we basically go everywhere. During COVID, we had to hibernate our tours in Antarctica, but otherwise we're in every continent. USA, Canada, Latin America, Europe and Britain, Africa, Asia, and Australia and New Zealand. Our biggest selling region is definitely Europe and Britain, but very closely by USA and Canada, especially Canada. So we do have a wide range of trips and destinations and different types of trips and lengths in every destination. When it comes to who is traveling with us, we got 31% under 45 years, 42% between 45 and 60, 27% over 60 years old, 18% are solo travelers, and 82% are couples, families, or friends. And honestly, I did a Trafalgar about 5-6 years ago. It feels like yesterday, but it was about 5-6 years ago in Europe, and this couldn't be more correct. We had a family from America, we had a couple from South Africa, we had a couple of friends from Australia, so it is a wide range of people that are joining our trips. We unlock the best of the world for your clients through must-see icons, local secrets, one-of-a-kind experiences, personal service, and responsible travel. Those are the things that really are highlighted through all of our trips. When it comes to must-sees to local secrets, we know that our guests want to be sure they get the icons of a destination, as well as the smaller hidden gems. That's where Trafalgar comes in and takes care of everything and anything in between. Once we have ticked off those must-sightseeings, it's time to dive into culture and really show our guests what are the places that they are visiting about. Get hands-on experiences, discover hidden gems that they could have not find unless they were traveling with us. And how they do this? They do it with our local specialists, which are people from the areas that we're actually visiting and they know the area so well that want to share it with our guests. While they're in our trip, there are a couple of examples that I'm going to show you of what they get to do in terms of the icons. So for example, we take our guests to Monet's house, where they have a local guide, which will be going through all the histories of Monet's, showing them each room, showing them the gardens, and also providing some free time for our guests to be able to explore on their own. We do find that that is a must. If we were to have somebody the whole time guiding them through the whole of the main sightseeings, they wouldn't be able to take it all in. So we do mix a bit of local knowledge with a little bit of freedom. Another really good example of must sightseeings is borough markets in London. Now, this is one of my favorite ones when I went and did a Trafalgar. It was the most exquisite, delicious, interactive, and fun day. We do a walking tour to the borough markets. We got past some great historic sightseeing. Our guests get to try amazing food. So our travel director that is with our guest will point out some really great local cuisines. I remember having this like amazing Scotch egg, which I never had before. And I thought it was like the most incredible thing I've tasted. So it is a really nice experience when we're in London. And our travel directors really help to bring this attraction to life. We have a must sightseeing, which is the Blue Lagoon, and this is by far the most well-known attraction. It's located only 45 minutes from Reykjavik, and upon arrival, our guests get to have the little bracelet so that they know that they can access the locker rooms, that everything's been organized for them. Our travel directors directs them to an area where there's not as many people, so they can really take it all in. And it's something that they wouldn't know unless they're traveling with us. So they do have the comfort and experience all together. It is a must sightseeing and is a very popular request that we get from guests when they're booking the Trafalgar. Now, could talk to you about diving into culture, which is one of these great experiences that we really throw our guests into, get to know the culture and get to know the places a little bit better. But I thought I would share a video instead, and that will explain it really well. It's one of the experiences that we have.
Bonjour, I'm Jean-Baptiste, and we are here in Paris, in my home city, at l'Atelier des Chefs. And basically I'm doing cooking classes, especially French cuisine. Today is chicken supreme stuffed with preserved lemon. And we're gonna do some veggies, carrot and snap peas with fresh tarragon. Is it good? Doing a cooking class is really nice to understand French culture. You will start the recipe from the beginning to the end, and you will see it's really easy, but you will learn the French way to cook. You can use it as well in your own country to add a French touch.
There we are.
Perfect. The dishes, what we cook, are especially chicken, and the people are really surprised the way we cook chicken here and the technique we use to cook it. simply, food and friends are like linked. You cannot be in France without tasting food, cooking food. It's part of our culture. We are cooking every day in France. It's like music. Trafalgar guests love to come at l'Atelier des Chefs. I love to teach my passion about cooking, and I'm waiting for you in Paris to share my experience. Voilà, voilà. Thank you.
Amazing. I don't know if any of you have had breakfast yet, but that definitely made me a bit hungry. Now, let's talk about our one-of-a-kind experiences. And this is really what's going to be the most memorable experiences that our guests will have when traveling with Trafalgar. So this is our Be My Guest experiences and our Stay With His stories. Be My Guest is when we take our guests to dine at someone's home or own restaurant, and they get to experience a little bit of the culture in a different way, a lot of traditions, and they really get to try the most organic, delicious, tasty, and traditional foods from the regions that we're visiting. That's Be My Guest. When we talk about Stay With His stories, we do a stay with Trafalgar, which I should have mentioned, 4.5 to 5-star accommodation. However, in some of our trips, we stay in Stays With His stories, which are properties that have a lot of history, that are part of the traditions of the places that we're visited. So let's go through a couple of examples for this. We got the Caramellas family. On arrival to this Be My Guest experience, the family welcomes all of our guests in the coach, where they were going to start talking about a little bit about their history and their family. And then we go through a little tour around their olive groves. The farm is owned by this wonderful lady called Franca. I actually met her children, Alexis and Francesco, who ran the guided tour around the vineyards or the olive groves. And then we get to try what they produce with the olive. They have this amazing olive bread, which is absolutely exquisite. They have all these like great olives that have been marinated. They really bring the flavor to life. And then we sit with them and we have these amazing share mesa style foods, as the Greek know how to do so well. And we try all the fresh produce. They also share their heart, they share the love for the place and the love for the culture. So we really get to be enriched by this amazing experience. Now, Be My Guest is a popular one-of-a-kind experience that we have in every single of our trips. I'm going to show you just what this looks like in other destinations.
Since Trafalgar has been coming here 10 years ago, they really changed our lives. They really help us to save this place and also in sharing our history. This really makes me very happy and proud.
What we want to give to our Trafalgar guests, it's a taste, not just a taste of the food that we cook in our kitchen, it's a taste of what happened in this castle.
Blackmore is not open to the public. This is a special arrangement we have for Trafalgar guests. It is a really special time for those that visit.
They will see our everyday life. I think that is very important for them because it's very rare.
I find it so wonderful and rewarding that I get to be in my home, open it up to guests, and they love what I do.
Guests tell us, apart from the fact the food is great, what they enjoy is the welcome and being made to be part of our family, as well as getting really under the skin of Scotland with the culture, the music. It gives a kick to the hosts as well as to the guests.
As you could hear in the video, they are one-of-a-kind experiences. So a lot of these beautiful people only open the doors of their home to our guests. So if they were traveling on their own, they wouldn't be able to experience these. Hotel Las Casas de la Juderia is a perfect example of what a stay with stories looks like. And I will show you now in a little video the beautiful resort and hotels that our guests get to stay at in Seville.
Hi, I am Luna Medina. We are in the Hotel Las Casas de la Juderia in Seville. The hotel was started during the World Expo of '92 by my father. It started with 30 bedrooms, and they're old houses of the Jewish neighborhood, 5 minutes away from the cathedral, and they've been restored to how they were in the 15th to 18th century. In the hotel, we have a pool, we also have a restaurant, and we have a spa. So each house is named either after the family that lived here in the 17th century, or it's named after the artisan who lived in that house. They've been connected throughout the years through patios and gardens and a tunnel. What I love most of the hotel is that it is full of surprises. Every stay is different, and every day even working here is different. It's a complicated layout, it's a little bit of a labyrinth. So I think the complexity of it is what makes it so unique. This hotel is a special place. It's a hard thing to describe, so you have to come here to truly discover it.
That's absolutely stunning of a property that we get to stay, and our guests get to really enjoy it while they are on our trip. Some of our trips that include the Casa de las Juderias is a slower pace, which means that our guests get to enjoy the pool, have a drink, and really take it all in. Now, our trips wouldn't be what they are with our travel directors. They are the most knowledgeable, passionate, energetic people that you will ever meet, and that our guests really get to bond with. And sometimes we even get people coming back and saying that, yes, the holiday was amazing, but the travel director was who really made it special for them. Our travel directors will be with our guests throughout the whole trip. However, as I mentioned before, they get joined by our local specialist. So let's say that we are in Vienna. We will have somebody from Vienna joining the trip, giving a little bit more of history and a little bit of their own history on their place. So we can't expect our travel director to know every little secret in every city, and that's why we rely on the local specialist to give that extra knowledge to our guests. And our drivers are just as important. They are professional. They are, they've gone through a lot of training, because driving in the little streets of Europe can be very daunting. So they are very knowledgeable as well as where to go, and they will make our guests feel safe while being with us. I'm going to share with you 3 of our main trips before we move into CostSaver. So that is Britain and Ireland Grandeur. That's a 20-day trip. So if you looked at it in the screen, it looks very comprehensive. It's very fast-paced, and you're not wrong. It is 1 to 2 nights in every destination, but it's such a good trip to start with if the customer hasn't done a UK or Ireland. So it's a really good starting point. We find that a lot of people are traveling on this one, and they have forever, and then they go back and do a smaller trips in certain destinations, or they do their own holiday in destinations that they have already seen and want to go back and spend more time in. We have our best of Italy. So Italy is our bread and butter. We got so many different trips for Italy, but this one tends to be the most popular one, going from Rome to Florence, the Italian lakes, Venice, Assisi, down all the way to Sorrento, and Rome again to depart. So as you can see, it's all the main cities. Of course, Italy has so much to offer, so we do have trips that will be more comprehensive in the areas. We also have an option of best of Italy and Sicily. So another great option to add into this trip. So sorry, I'm a little bit sick. Sorry about that. And then our third trip is the iconic Rockies and Western Canada. This is one that customers really love doing. It's probably the second destination after they have done a Europe or Britain. They do tend to go for this trip. And why it's such a popular trip is because it has different options. So you can do the standard one, which is, your 13 days, it starts in Vancouver, all the way down, finishes in Vancouver, everything in the coach. Or our guests can actually add the Rocky Mountaineer option, which is a 2-day return option, or the Alaska cruise. And then within those options, there is different levels, which is a gold leaf or whatever it is. But there's so many different layers of this trip that makes it really special, so that the guests can really almost customize this destination. So that is Trafalgar. We design our tour so that our clients can experience the world different, and they want to come back again and again and do a Trafalgar. Just to let you know, Trafalgar has over 600 departures a year. So it's a huge brand. And I'm so passionate about it. I could talk to you about it for so long, but I am aware that we only have half an hour. So I'm going to go into one of my other favorite brands, which is CostSaver. So CostSaver is all about exploring the world on your own way. It's about having a lot of flexibility on your trip. And I'm going to show you a quick video of what this looks like. So life is about the choices we make, and that can be applicable in so many aspects of our life. However, when it comes to CostSaver, it's about having the essentials included. That means 3 to 4 star accommodation, main sightseeing wherever we go, our travel director, driver, and also local specialists from the areas that we're visiting, and meals included. Not all meals, but we got many meals included on our trips. So this part is what the essentials that are already organized for our guests that they don't have to worry about. But then we have the fun bits, which is the optional experiences, and that's like the tailored by you experience. So how we say it is essentials by us, tailored by you. It's a really great tagline to remember. And these are experiences that the guests get to decide on once they start in the trip. It might be in terms of food, like a cooking class that we might be offering, or or a really good restaurant that we know is important to try. We'll give that option to the guest if they want to do it. They can choose to do wellness. We offer yoga classes, Pilates, walking, hiking, so many different options. Same with nature, adventure, history, cultural. You know, we can bring guests all the way to, Seville to do a flamenco class. So we have different options for the guest to decide if they want to do it while traveling with us. It is not included and gives them that flexibility, because at the end of the day, if they don't want to do any of those optionals, they can just relax and enjoy the hotel or enjoy their own time. So it's all about flexibility with these tours. So we got 58% of travelers are under 45, 28% at 45 and 60, and 14% are over 60. So this is a great gap when it comes to holidays. As you know, we also look after Contiki, which is 80 to 35. So I think this is a really good brand to promote if you're talking to a customer that is between 35 and 45, because it is the 58% most likely that they will find people in the similar life stage. We got 2 different types of travel with CostSaver: regional experiences and panoramic experiences. When it comes to regional, it's about seeing just one region really well done. So it might be just the north of Spain, or it might be the south of France, just that area, and we'll have like 2 to 3 nights stays per place. The panoramic experiences is a lot of like wider trips, and they do 1 or 2 nights, a little bit more fast paced. It's a great overview of the places that we're seeing. It can be between 7 and 24 days in length, but it's a little bit more fast paced. So definitely great options there for our guests to choose from, depending on how they like to travel. We still travel in a luxury coach. In fact, they're brand new. super comfortable. So you still don't feel like, because you're CostSaver and it's a bit more flexibility, that you're traveling in like a cheap coach. It's still high end. But we do truly believe that if a destination is seen better by cruise, we will include cruise. So that will be like, Greek islands or around Croatia, like we do have, or Alaska as well. We do have options for not just coach, but also cruise travel or train too. Okay, so where we go with CostSaver, we go to Europe again, our biggest regions selling region, sorry. We have North America, we got South America, Asia, and in the last couple of years, we have created a beautiful program in Africa, which is starting to pick up and people are starting to be more aware of it. We got great adventures in Africa to promote. Our top trips, so Britain and Ireland delight, kind of similar to the grandeur that I show you from Trafalgar, a little bit shorter in time, so it's not as comprehensive, but you still have your 1 or 2 nice stays. We do go through, start from London all the way to Cardiff, Waterford, Dublin, Glasgow, Bradford, and then back to London. If you see the cost of this trip is $211 per day, and that includes accommodation, that includes some of the meals and some of the attractions. So sometimes, to be honest, we cannot even get $211 the night in a hotel. So really great for budget. Our second most popular trip is the Road Trip USA. So again, this is one that just sells all the time really well. People don't find the same itinerary with other companies as well. So it is a big selling trip. We stay 1 to 2 nights per place, start in LA and finishes in New York. And it's about $276 per day. Again, great for budget. And then the third trip that I want to show you today is Iberian Explorer. And that's our Spain and Portugal trip. It starts in Madrid, goes all the way to Salamanca, Lisbon, Seville, all the way up to Barcelona. So really hitting the greatest spots and lots of culture and different traditions in each place. And we found this trip to be really selling quite well for 2024, and Spain and Portugal as a destination is also growing for us. So again, a really good option to consider for your customers next. So we talked about how it's unbeatable value. As I show you, the per day cost on our trips, it truly is for what we provide, how economical and how value it's for guests. Up to 25% less than FIT, which is great because not only makes your life easier, you don't have to create itineraries from scratch, but also you get to help your clients save money. 100 years of travel expertise. So CostSaver was created about 40, 50 years ago. However, it is part of the Travel Corporation. So we do know how people like to travel and we know how to create great itineraries in each of our brands, and it's called Trusted Service FIFA rated. It is the highest rating company at the moment in the TTC because people just love the flexibility of traveling with CostSaver. Okay, so with our ready to go traveler means that all of our trips are dynamic pricing. This is across all of our brands. However, it is started with CostSaver, which means that the price that you see today is going to be the best price available. Prices do tend to go up. It can go up within 24 hours. It can go up within a couple of weeks. So make sure when you're talking to a customer about one of our holidays that you let them know price is subject to change and they will have the best price today available. Thank you so much for your time. I think we just made it within 30 minutes. I really appreciate you joining me today. And if you have any questions, I'm still here to answer them for you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. We do have a bunch of questions, so let's get started on those. The first question is, how long are the Be My Guest and Stories with Stays experiences?
So Be My Guest is just one day, like as we go into someone's home if there's lunch or dinner, and then we return to our hotel. So it will last just like between 3 to 5 hours. And our stay with the stories, it depends where we are. They could be from 1 night to up to 3 nights. It depends of the itinerary, and it depends of the location that we are at.
Perfect. Next question is, does Trafalgar CostSaver have any travel agent rates so I can experience it, so that I may be able to market to my clients better?
We do. We definitely do. You just need to send us an email and we'll send through to our operations team in London the trip and the date that you want to travel, and they will come back with a travel agent's rate. We also run fan meals. Every year we had 6 fan meals this year where we took agents to experience a product. It is based on selling, so if the more you sell, the more chances you get to go on one of our trips.
Perfect. Next question is, does Trafalgar CostSaver offer tours tailored for special needs clients?
We do, but it is when we have a form that needs to be filled. Once the form is filled with whatever special needs the person needs, we'll send it through to operations, and then they will confirm whether we can cater or not. Every destination and every departure is different, but we definitely do.
Is CostSaver part of the new TTC tour groups but wasn't previously?
No, it has always been with a travel corporation. It's a brand created from Trafalgar. It started with Trafalgar and then it merged to its own brand. So it has definitely been always travel corporation.
Perfect. Where can I find marketing materials for these 2 brands?
So I'm hoping that you are all logged in into our travel agents portal. If you're not, please make sure you log in and you create a username and password. Everything will be loaded there. So you can find this in any of our websites, or you can go agents.ttc.com. Otherwise, you can just jump on Trafalgar or CostSaver and go into agents logins, create your logins. Once you're inside the travel agents portal, you will be able to see all our marketing assets, including EDM, social media tiles, flyers.
Perfect. And going off that question, are the videos you showed today on YouTube?
They are. So we have our Trafalgar and CostSaver channel, and you can look at all of them and more experiences there.
Perfect. Do all the brands offer payment plans?
What do you mean by payment plans?
I think they mean like just maybe pay over time, like maybe 2 payments or 3 or something. Not all at once.
Yes. If they're booking through a travel agent or through trade, we don't. They have to pay a deposit of $250 depending on the trip. There's a different component in the holiday, like a cruise or a train. That deposit might look a little bit different, up to $350. And then the full amount will be due 90 to 60 days prior departure. So it's just a deposit and then the rest is closer to departure.
Okay.
I hope I'm answering that question correctly.
I think so.
Like, that's what we do.
Okay, next question is, are the prices discussed based on twin share?
Yes, twin share. We do offer solo travelers rates, but it is based on twin share when we share those CostSaver day-by-day cost.
Okay, so the next question was, what about single supplements? Are those offered? Where can I find those rates? And are there marketing materials for single supplements?
There is. Again, that will be found in our travel agents portal. We do offer single supplement in all of our trips. For 2024, we have increased the amount of rooms that we can have for single travelers. So it's something that we're really trying to promote because we saw that in 2023 was a big seller. But yes, we definitely do. I think depending on the departure and the trip, we can offer up to 6 solo travelers per departure.
Perfect. Do you offer any extra training on your website or how to use your portals or brands?
Yes, we definitely do. We have a TTC 2 brand training models that you can follow. I'm happy to also, through Amanda, send a training for our travel agents portal. It's very easy to use, but there is a lot of like little tips and tricks that it will be good to share with you as well. But there is definitely like a whole model of our TTC tool brands.
Perfect. Next question, can you become certified with each brand, or do you have a training program that offers certification?
We do not, sorry. We do not have certification. We do have like top award sellers, which you will receive, if it's one of you, you will receive a little plaque saying that, you are recognized by Travel Corporation to be a top seller, but not certified accreditation.
Okay, perfect. And next question is, do you offer materials in Spanish as well?
I'm trying to think about that. We might by request. From the Australian market, we don't. But we do have a big office in the USA. We know that it's the second language, so we probably would have. We can definitely look at that if there's a specific request.
Perfect. Okay, and the last question is, what is the commission rate at the moment?
Currently is 12%
Perfect.
on all of our brands.
On all, perfect. Okay. Thank you very much, Andrea. Really appreciate you coming out and doing this presentation, as well as everyone interacting and having such good questions for her. And if they'd like to reach out, you have contact information on your website, right? If they need any support or anything. Is there any, I was just going to ask, is there anything that you would like to add to that?
Well, yeah, if you do want to contact us, please feel free to. We're always here to help. If you go to your travel agents portal, you will look at there's a tab that says sales managers, and you will have 2 people at the moment in New South Wales, or 2 people in Queensland, 2 people in Victoria, one in Adelaide, one in Western Australia. So yeah, you can contact whoever is in your region and ask for any support or help.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much, and thank you everyone for joining us. And is there anything else that you'd like to add before we close out?
No, just happy selling. I look forward to seeing more sales from March Travel, and I know that it will be a great selling season for everybody. So good luck to everybody.
Thank you very much, and happy selling, everyone. Enjoy and have a great day. Bye.
Bye.